324 podcast, where lifelong friends Dean Legiro and Eric Kuber share their love of all things music and movies. Dean has directed short films and is a music trivia buff. And Eric, trained in audio engineering, brings his extensive knowledge of music and film to the conversation as they discuss, debate, and celebrate their favorite albums, films, and much more.
There he is.
Wake up, wake up.
Hello.
Unfortunately, we can't play music. We would absolutely be playing Birthday by the Beatles.
You think?
Absolutely. Be playing Birthday by the Beatles, of course.
We can't sing it ourselves?
You, go ahead.
No, that's all right.
See?
Yeah.
I thought your favorite song is I Won't Back Down.
Not tonight.
We'll get it going. Hello, Wendy. Welcome. Thank you for coming to celebrate our birthday.
Yes.
We are 1 year old.
Yeah.
Wendy is first up on the Wheel of Names.
Wow.
So
1 year.
1 year. 1 year exactly.
Yeah.
We got people jumping into the chat so we can say hello to you and welcome you to our birthday celebration.
The best.
Ah, look at this. He's incognito tonight. He's going under a different name. I know who that is.
Historical drama.
I know who historical drama is. I'm just going to put historical. Andy, welcome aboard. Andy, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for jumping in.
Old school logo.
Old
Old school logo going on here. See, we already have an old logo. How about that?
I know. Isn't that like progress?
Yeah.
Zach, welcome aboard. Thank you for joining. Kelly, welcome aboard. Oh, Sean is double timing us now. He's going on his true page, and he's historical drama as well.
I kind of like historical drama better. Just stick to that. Yeah, that'd be cool. It's cool. It's cool.
See, he went back. That was like when Spider-Man like swings around without his mask on, and then you see who it is. Like oh, that's who it is. You see. Hello, Beth. Thank you for showing up. We appreciate you joining us on our first birthday. We're 1 year old today, officially, which means does that mean we're entering our terrible twos?
No.
I'm not a father, so I don't know. Do you turn two and then you're in your terrible twos, or after you're one, you're becoming two?
It kind of happens a little later on, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
So.
We're still like in the teething portion.
Elizabeth's had a long school day, so she's asleep, but she's here in spirit. Okay.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate it.
We're her.
Give Elizabeth our best as always. So, but yeah, since we're 1 year old today officially, is the actual day, and we've got some celebrating to do, and we've got some fun stuff. We're going to be giving away some stuff too. We've got some new swag that we're kind of turn to, then terrible starts. Okay. Got it. All right. So we've got to just wait. Hello, Dwight. Thank you very much. Thanks for popping in. Always appreciated.
There he is.
Dwight is one of our esteemed moderators on our webpage. Sean Grady is an expert. Andrew Cremines is an expert as well. So we've got a lot to talk about, a lot to celebrate. This is going to be a little back patting tonight.
Yeah.
You know, we'll give each other an attaboy for a job well done.
There's no humble pie here. There's
no, but there is bourbon and Dr. Pepper.
D better watch it. He's slugging it down.
chug a lug. And then we also, how can we have a birthday without having cake? So this is the 3324 podcast birthday cake that we had specially made just for this event. It's one of a kind, so that's why Eric doesn't even have one, because there was only one. Only one was made.
Why should I have one? Yeah.
This is a prototype. This is the prototype. If it works, we're going to go into production. We'll put our logo on top, and we'll be good to go. We'll have 3324 cupcakes.
Hey, I got a slice of tiramisu in the fridge, so I might pull that out at some point. So
Sean's got it right. This birthday sponsored by
Hostess.
If we could get them for a sponsor for the podcast, I would eat a cupcake every episode in their honor. Like that would be like the thing. Like we unwrap a different Hostess cake each episode. Hostess, if you're watching, you can sponsor us. We'll take it.
Yeah, okay.
We would absolutely talk about yodels. We would absolutely devote 5 minutes to Devil Dog. Oh, that's drinks.
Twinkies.
Sorry. We'll talk about Twinkies.
Yeah,
we'll talk about...
Yeah. I think the bourbon's it's starting to, it's creeping through.
Dwight wants to know, how long does it take to become an expert? It takes as long as I can type your name in and assign you as an expert. Mark, thank you for showing up. I appreciate it.
Hey, Mark, how you doing? Dwight. Wow, that was shots fired right there.
No, it takes it's the expertise, right? That's Dwight was originally an expert.
Okay, but what you're saying is that you decide who
Yes.
is the expert. And okay, all right.
Yes, experts are assigned,
Okay.
not. It just doesn't happen, right? Those have to be. Those are given, and Dwight was actually one of our first experts, actually.
Yeah.
As was Sean, as was Andrew. Ellen Clancy is another one of our experts. And
Yes.
Hey, John DeGood, how are you?
Hey, DeGood. What's
How
up,
are
buddy?
you? Thank you for joining us on our After Padawan. Yeah, expert is Padawan and then expert. And then you just go to the dark side. That's how it worked. Apparently, that's how it works.
That is how it works. Yeah.
That's how we were brought up.
That's
So
how we roll. So,
So thank you all for joining us. It is literally today our 1 year anniversary. 1 year ago today, our first 2 episodes were released on February 24th, but it was a Wednesday, so it's exactly 1 year ago.
Dean could not hold them back. I think we were supposed to start with one, and he just put 2 out on the same day, and then another one the day after. So we had 3 actually to kick us off. So that was a great.
Yeah. No, Dwight, you've
great
been
launch.
promoted since the start. You were an expert, and then you've been promoted to moderator. So you actually got an upgrade, which didn't take long. And then Dwight texted me because what am I supposed to do as a moderator? I'm just make sure people don't do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how to moderate, but we do it well.
Right.
So yeah, like Eric said, we're going to talk a little bit about the history. We've got some trivia. We've got some episode related trivia, not related to. We're not going to make it that you had to have listened to the episode, but Eric and I picked some of our favorite episodes, and then we came up with some trivia questions as well. So we're going to have a fun time reflecting. We've got some new swag. And the wheel is named after Dwight as well, of course. I mean, what else do you want, Dwight? Did no one else has the wheel named after? Like you've gotten, you're there. So we're gonna talk about some of the podcast episodes. We're gonna talk a little bit about the origins, but we've got some neat stuff. We got some new swag that we had made, and we're gonna give some of it away tonight. We are still planning on doing a live in-person event, tentatively March 25th or March 26th. It will be in Westchester County. We're working on the venue. Eric is gonna come up. We've got the 3324 jet, and we got the money for the fuel, so it's gonna fly down to Eric. It's gonna pick him up, and then it's gonna land on top of Jimmy's restaurant in Dobbs Ferry, and he's gonna come down off the roof, and we're gonna go have the party.
Yeah, my little Kona will, my little Hyundai Kona will.
Or he's going to drive.
That's our jet. Yeah.
Or he's going to drive up. I tried to make it
this
a little more
face
glamorous.
will be. You'll see this mug in person. So
I was trying to make it a little
some-
more glamorous. But
well, we're not quite there yet.
yes,
I'm sorry to be the cynic, but we're not quite there yet.
Boats and Hose, Worldwide International. That's what we're aspiring to be. If you want Step Brothers, Boats and Hose.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've got. Let me show you some of the new swag. We'll be giving away a couple of these, or at least one of each tonight. But this is our new 3324 podcast mug, which is an upgrade, I feel, from the original mug. Which, Eric, do you have the original mug there?
I do.
Yeah,
Right here.
There's the original mug. Look at this
There,
one.
Look at that. Well, yeah.
This is
I don't know.
the
What do you
upgrade.
guys think? Yeah.
This
okay.
is the one.
It's colorful.
Right,
Very,
Eric?
very 80s, very Miami Vice. You got going.
Eric has the version 1.0. This is the new mug. We'll be giving one of these away. We've also got some mouse pads. I know people still use computers, so we've got some 3324 podcast mouse pads. We'll be giving away those tonight. And we debuted this, I think, on our last show. Mug in front of my mug. That's right. We've had these limited editions. I only had a couple of these made, a few. Of a celebration of our first year anniversary. So 3324 podcast established 2021, which is, hat. This is a really nice hat. So we'll be giving a couple away tonight, but then we'll be giving the rest away at our live event. So we encourage you to show up to the live one. Like I said, we're still ironing out the venue and the details of that. But it'll be an opportunity for us to celebrate together in person and really to show our gratitude. But it's been nothing but a really fun ride. We've got some behind the scenes stuff too to share. We had some episodes that never made it to air.
That's right. Some technical glitches.
For one reason or another. There was a few of those. So we'll share some of those stories as well. I may take a bite of the cupcake. Maybe not. We'll see how that works. Or maybe we'll just save this cupcake for the live show for when we're in person, and that'll be the cake.
Well, hopefully the preservatives will keep it nice and.
It's Hostess. It's got to be, it'll probably be softer.
Okay.
It gets fresher as it goes on.
Be like John McClane in Die Hard, shoving down a 1,000-year-old Twinkie.
Yeah,
but
you have
anyway,
to. Yeah. They're going to survive. That was in that movie Zombieland, right? With Woody Harrelson. He was looking for the trucks with the Twinkies or the snowballs in them, right? And that was his thing. Is when he saw like one of those trucks, like he just went after it just to get all the cupcakes,
just to get all the goodies. Yeah, that's it.
So it's a lot of fun. So let's talk about it a little bit. We started the idea. I had an idea for a podcast as far back as like 2008 or 9, somewhere around there. I recorded one. I recorded a solo podcast episode by myself, and then just kind of podcasting. Wasn't what it was.
No,
wasn't what it is now. It was kind of really, really niche, really kind of out there. I was certainly listening to podcasts then, but hadn't really thought about how do you promote it? How do you distribute it? That was still kind of a lost art. It was something that still wasn't really as accessible as it is now. Yeah. And now it's like, it seemed
more like it wasn't so much in the public domain, so to speak. I mean, it was, everybody's got, I've got a podcast today. It seems like,
proof positive.
Every subject, everything is being talked about. But back then, Mark, I think it was a little bit more like, I suppose, like NPR-ish, I suppose. It was a little bit more, maybe a little bit more highbrow, I guess.
I think so.
A lot of this,
very, very niche, very
stoic discussion, and as you said, like a talk show kind of thing, where 2 a.m.
it was more like less entertainment. The stuff I used to listen to for podcasts was very
informative, informative type.
Exactly. I used to listen to like tech podcasts about electronics and computers and stuff like that. So for me, it was like listening more akin to listening to a radio show about a subject I like, which is basically what a podcast is.
Yeah.
It's kind of on demand subject matter that you like. So I reached out to Eric. I think I texted him. I think in January of last year. I don't know what inspired me to start obsessing about it.
Well, we talk. We were always talking. I mean, we've been doing a lot since the pandemic. We've been doing a lot of video chats and stuff like that. So what do we end up talking about? We're talking about movies and music, and that's the conversation.
Our go-tos
until for 4 hours or whatever, it may be. But I mean, I think that was probably it. And we've been fans of this stuff for ages. So why not?
Yeah, I've been called in the past a vat of useless knowledge, which you know what, I take that proudly because. And then when I worked at Suncoast, a customer used to call me the brain, because I didn't have to know what movie someone was. I didn't have to see the movie to know what movie someone was asking for. For some reason, this kind of stuff was just like natural to me, music and movie knowledge. So I reached out to Eric. I texted him. I didn't even have the class to call him. I texted him. I said, "Hey,
you want to do a podcast?"
I'm like, "Do a podcast?" He's like,
"Sure,
all right." Cool. I was like, all right, well, there we go. Now it's in. So,
much to my wife's chagrin, because she's been after me to do a podcast with her for quite some time. So, but
sorry, Kelly.
Hey,
sorry, Kelly.
Some things just happen. Whatever. But I'm actually learning as we go here, because I know nothing about podcasting. Yeah. Dean has been
doing
a lot of research and. But you've had some experience. You went to college. You did some radio, right? So you had at least the experience of working. What you're doing is great. The hosting and that kind of thing, and the way you move.
My college experience was, I got into the radio station and then I stopped going to classes, And then I just stayed in there. I hung out in the radio station.
You had your own spot, right?
I did, and I hung out in the radio station waiting, hoping that if someone didn't show up, I could take their slot and do their show. So I pretty much, once I got in the radio station, I stopped going to classes. I was like, but you got to go to classes to stay in the radio station. So it was a self-defeating prophecy as it was. Anyway, we decided, we talked to Eric about this. We workshopped a few episodes. So there are actually 3 episodes that we recorded as practice that have never been released, right?
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to just kind of, work everything out. So the first episode I believe we recorded was Huey Lewis in the News, the album Sports.
I did that one. Yep.
Which I kind of regret now because I'd like to do that as an episode. We probably could redo it because it was so long ago. And then I said to Eric, I said, we have to do an episode for an album that we'll probably never do. Which was Gino Vanelli, Black Cars, which is a favorite of ours, but probably something that people would not listen to as an episode, but something that we were very comfortable with to kind of get going.
Very 80s, came out in 85. It was something
super 80s.
Something that we kind of gravitated to. It was the album you've never heard. You probably sounds familiar, but a couple of songs off of, I know were moderate hits, but
you may know the song Black Cars, and that's about it.
Black Cars or Hurts to Be in Love. I think that was another single. But,
so we were safe and secure in the knowledge that nobody would want to hear an episode about black cars. so we recorded except for us. And then we decided to do a movie because, of course, the whole concept was to do music and movies. So we recorded an episode for 12 Angry Men, which was probably a mistake because it was very difficult to do.
That was for our first one. That was pretty heady to really dive into.
We did an episode about 12 different actors that do not have names.
Just juror numbers,
Juror numbers and actors. So we quickly resorted to calling them by their actor names, like, Henry Fonda and Lee J. Cobb and then the other guy or whoever it was. So that was kind of interesting. And then we
tested the waters, man. And movies are, at first were proving to be a lot more difficult because we found that there's just a lot more to talk about with film. There's so many different things about film that. So many facets, and you got subtext and themes and that kind of thing, which you could go there if the movie requires it, but so you got to kind of tweak it a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Well, speaking of movies, do you have a movie trivia question? Let's start with a trivia question. Let's get things going. Let's get some of the fun and the festivities going instead of
I do, and our thanks to our good friend Andy Cremines for helping us with this one. Is The Crow.
Way to go! And let's just stop right there. Andy was our very first guest as well, so
yes,
special place in our hearts. We decided, hey, let's get somebody else in on this, and we asked Andy, like, what would you like to do, or would you be interested in this? And he helped out on our Nirvana episode. So thank you so much, Andy, for for being the second guest. We're gonna talk about our guests as well. So there you go. Have at it, Eric.
Okay, so the question is, what was the name of Eric Draven's band? Was it A, Hangman's Joke, B, Tintin, or C, Shelley's Dream? So, the name of Eric Draven's band.
And Andy, you can't answer this.
Andy, he can't.
Sean, I was. It was on Amazon Prime. I rented it on Amazon Prime.
I actually bought it. Right before we did it, I got
it. Really?
I bought the Blu-ray because I never owned it.
Sean is saying C. Can you give those choices again?
A, Hangman's Joke, B, Tintin, or C, Shelley's Dream.
We've got 2 guesses so far. Andy is
He's sitting this one out.
Andy is our resident. As Andy's our resident Crow.
He's the expert on the Crow. Yeah.
Yes. And actually, Andy, just to let you know, we got some very nice feedback on Instagram from one particular listener about that episode.
Yes.
That they went back. It was a fellow podcaster, and they had done a Crow episode as well. Mm-hmm. And they went ahead and they listened to our episode, and they appreciated and they enjoyed our coverage of the graphic novel.
Take on it, yeah.
Because they had just done the straight up movie part. And the feedback we had gotten was, well, we weren't aware of that or weren't as knowledgeable. So there you go.
Also,
very cool.
I think it was Apple. There was a couple of really good feedback from there as well. So we, great job. And stuff that because stuff that brought me back to the film. Like you guys covered so much with this that it really took me back, and I wanted to watch the film again. So that's the best thing we need to hear. That's what we loved hearing. Like we did our job. So.
Alrighty, so we've got some C. We've got some. What was letter C?
C was Shelley's Dream. B was Tintin. A was Hangman's Joke.
Okay, so we've got one for Shelley's Dream. We've got one for Tintin. Hey, Dawn, welcome aboard. How are you?
Dawn.
Thank you for coming in. We've got a Hangman's. We've got two for Shelley's Dream. We've got two for Tintin, and we've got two for Hangman's Joke. So it's across the board.
Yeah.
The answer is
Hangman's Joke.
The answer is Hangman's Joke was the name of the band that Eric Draven was a part of.
Mm-hmm.
And can't rain all the time.
Yeah, Tintin was the name of one of the characters, one of the bad guys. And
the knife. He was the guy with the knives.
Yeah. Shelley was the name of his girlfriend. So
I like what you did there because a lot of that was dream sequences, and it's Shelley's Dream. Look at this guy, man. He's uncorking these clever ones. Mine are not as clever. My questions, they're a little more straightforward. Eric put a lot of thought and input. Mine were just kind of typed them out. So. Andy was our first guest. Our second guest is online with us tonight, and that's also Sean Grady. And Sean joined us for our Glengarry Glen Ross episode.
Oh yeah.
Which was one of his favorite films, one of my favorite films as well. So he was in early as one of our guests as well, and that was a delight to have Sean join us for that. It was another interesting episode. It was an early one of our early movie ones. We wanted to kind of start getting more guests rolling in, so we went ahead and did that.
We found that having a guest for the movie opens the door for a lot of different points of view, and we had a great time with Goodfellas and with Star Wars and with and I think that's pretty much the way we're going to continue to talk about films. I mean, unless it's an Adam Sandler movie or something, we could just easily knock something like that out, or Arnold Schwarzenegger.
If it's an Adam Sandler movie, we do have one of our guests.
We do.
Which was Jonah Weingarten from Movie Lovers Podcast. He helped us out on one of our top 5 episodes. I accidentally found out that he's a massive Billy Madison fan. If you listen to that episode, top 5 alternative hits of the 80s. I made a Billy Madison mention, and he just kind of lit up and kind of if you're going to do Billy Madison,
he's all for it.
So Jonah Weingarten from the Movie Lovers Podcast is definitely going to be in there as well. So, which has been a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun for guests when we have them on because it does bring that other dynamic.
Yeah,
and definitely opens up the conversation. Tomorrow, if you haven't seen that little crawl on the bottom there, our newest episode coming out tomorrow is Rush Moving Pictures.
Yes.
And I didn't think of this during the episode, but it came out in 1981, and I think this might be, did we do an 81 trilogy? Because now I think it's a quadrilogy. I think this is the fourth.
Yeah, it might be.
The fourth album from 81, so we got to get off 81.
Well. But that was such a great year, right?
I guess it was a great year.
It was.
Maybe we need to do like a year in music and kind of talk about albums that came out in a certain year.
This year is like 82. The summer of 82. I would really like to tackle some great films. I mean, this was probably one of my favorite years of all
Porky's?
time for movies. There's so many great movies that came out that summer
Porky's?
alone.
Porky's? No?
Porky's is one of them, yes. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Rocky 3, you had Star Trek 2, you had Tron, you had Blade Runner, you had The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, Conan the Barbarian, 48 Hours.
You studied up on this.
Yeah, there's a ton of that
we
could explore.
Cool. Yeah, we absolutely have more on the horizon, much more episodes. Tomorrow will be episode number 56, believe it or not. So amazing, 56 episodes in. All right, I'm going to roll out from one of my favorite episodes that we did, which was about the Eagles, or Eagles, as we made it clear that they're not the Eagles, but they're just called Eagles.
Eagles, yes.
And we've got a little memory. Porky's was your first rated R movie.
Nice.
I think Excalibur was my first rated R movie that I saw. Or when did Friday the 13th Part 2 come out first, or Excalibur? Can anybody help me out with that?
That came out. Part 2 came out in 82, I think.
It did. So and Excalibur was what, 80?
81.
81.
81. Excalibur. Okay. Yeah.
What was? Put that in the chat. What was your first R-rated film that you saw? Good conversation starter.
I mean, of course, I saw plenty of rated R movies on television.
When that don't count in the theater.
Doesn't count in the
when
theater.
You snuck in. Yeah. Oh, saw it on VHS though, so not when it came out. Okay.
Probably for me, I think it was Apocalypse Now was my first rated R film.
That you saw in the theater?
That I saw in the theater. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Terminator. Platoon. That's an intense first movie to see.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez Louise. I thought
so was Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
That was an experience, boy.
Rosemary's Baby. Wow, we're no wonder we're all messed up.
Our generation, yeah.
Yeah, we got two full. I saw Excalibur. I'm like, I don't even know what the heck is going on here.
Oh, I love that movie. That's great.
But it was back then. It was a who's who of nobodies because Liam Neeson was nobody, Patrick Stewart was nobody. They weren't anybody yet.
Yeah, Gabriel Byrne.
Byrne. Yep. Helen Mirren was nobody.
That's right.
They really were, right?
Yep.
Andrew saw Nightmare on Elm Street 3 in the theater when you were 9.
9. Nice.
Well,
the Dream Warriors. That is bar none the best one. I totally agree with Andy on that.
This makes sense because the square root of 3 is 9. So the math works. The math works out.
The brain. Here we go.
The math works out. She saw Elm Street 3 when he was 9. What? I'm sorry. Came out in Platoon came out in 96, born in 76, so it came out while she was 9 years old, right? Platoon as well. That's intense to see in the theater as a 9-year-old. I couldn't barely take it as an adult. I didn't see it when it first came out, but I saw it much later. Anyway, let's get to a trivia question. This is going to be about Eagles.
Okay.
And we actually did talk about the incident that led up to this. So these are going to be multiple choice. What was the date of the last show that Eagles played before breaking up? Okay, so I'm going to roll out the dates. You do the best we can. I'll roll them out a couple times. Was it A, July 31st, 1980, June 12th, 1980, July 29 of 81, or April 14th of 84? What was the last show the Eagles played before breaking up? July of 1980, June of 1980, July of 81, or April of 84? And John DeGoog saw Saturday Night Fever. It was his first rated R film. That's kind of my past. It's got music. It's got,
I saw that the double at the Pickwick with Grease, but that's when they
cut it
down
to
PG.
PG. Yep,
which was horrible. Yeah. So yeah.
So we've got April of 84. We've got July of 81 coming out. We told this. There was an incident that happened on stage that led to the breakup where this was a charity show that the Eagles were doing for a politician. And they were, there was like a little press conference and they were all standing around and Don Felder, who's the guitarist, made like a kind of like a remark, like, what are we doing here? This is stupid or whatever.
Yeah.
Tensions in the Eagles were boiling over to begin with. There was too many, kind of too many cooks in the kitchen, too many chiefs in the tribe, whatever you want to say. And it just boiled over on stage. You can go on YouTube. You can hear recordings of it where Glenn Frey is basically saying on stage to Don Felder, like, one more song and I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to kick the crap out of you.
Yeah.
Like, once we're done, fella, you're on my payroll. I mean, it got, and there's recordings of this and it's on YouTube. You can check it out.
Yeah. That documentary too.
Don Felder gets off stage. He has one of his roadies give him like one of his old guitars and he like smashes it in front of Glenn Frey to kind of like scare him and then like stormed off. And that was it.
He beat it out of there.
Yeah,
he ran away because he was the one that was scared because
that was it for Eagles and then the famous quote was, will the Eagles ever get back together again? And the famous quote was, when hell freezes over. Yep. Which then became the title of their reunion. Okay.
Yeah.
So Eagles, what was the date of the last show before breaking up? We've got July of 80, June of 80, July of 81, and April of 84. Rated R movie, The Deer Hunter. Jeez, come on.
A lot of
That's
Vietnam.
Another tough one. God,
Vietnam
Christopher
stuff
Walken?
happening. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got July 81, since it's been a while since you listened. Wendy also with July of 81. Christy, there's 2 in 1980. You need to pick a month. Sean is also saying July of 81. Zach is saying April of 84. No one, well, we'll have to see what Christy says for her month. We'll be waiting for that. Yeah. And that will hinge on whether or not someone got it right.
I don't even know. I have, oh God, I want to say
Mark Willis is saying July of 81 as well. I don't know. It was July 31st, 1980. Christy just came in 80. Under the gun. July 31st of 1980, they played their last concert, literally fought on stage, and that was it. They were done.
I knew that.
July of 1980, I'm sorry. July of 1980. Yep, July 31st.
Was the year, yeah.
Yep.
But because they
Hell Froze Over in what year? 90, was that 95 or 96?
No,
Hell Freezes Over.
94.
Was it?
94. Pretty sure.
Hell Freezes Over came out in November 7th, 1994. Way to go, Eric. Nice. Hell Froze Over in 1994.
I played that album over and over and
over.
Oh,
yeah, we used to play that at work at Suncoast. We played the video. We played the video was in constant rotation.
That acoustic version of Hotel California blew me.
Everything was great. That whole show was absolutely incredible. That was like the perfect reunion. They sounded great. They sounded incredible. Everything was great. Eric, since we're on the topic of episodes, what was one of your favorite episodes that we did?
Probably the one that and we just did it recently, and we did it for this, for our anniversary. We held it back, but I think one of the ones that I'm most proud of is Pet Sounds. I think we really said what we really wanted to say about that record, and I hope we got the point across to people. I know Kelly immediately went and listened to the album when she heard it, and
that's because you told her to.
No, because she knows that I'm a big fan of the record, but it's one of those things where it's not something that she gravitates towards, or whatever. So, but because we talked it up so much, and we learning about how it was recorded and what he went through and what the band went through. Yeah, so yeah. I'm really proud of that episode, I think it's one of our finest. So
yeah, cool.
What about you?
What about me? That's a good question. And Eric actually said it before we went on. Eric said, well, what about your least favorite? Right?
Yeah.
He said that. And I said, you know what? I don't know if I said the least favorite are the ones that we probably, because there are some that we recorded that never, we did some for practice, and then there's a couple that never made it. Like we didn't release it for one reason or another, wasn't too satisfied with it, whatever. But overall, I don't think I have any that are my least favorite. Mm-hmm. I kind of liked, I really liked our Lord Huron episode.
Okay.
Because no one ever heard of this group, Lord Huron. There are new groups. Some people have, obviously, but and I approached Eric. I said, I think we need to kind of roll the dice and do a new release, and let's see what happens with it. Eric was somewhat familiar with them. I was a fan of them, so we got the album. It came out on a Friday. We listened to it over the weekend. We then recorded the episode on Monday.
Yeah.
So we really kind of challenged ourselves to listen to something outside of our comfort zone. I mean, we've listened to Pet Sounds. We listened to all these other albums hundreds of times. So to listen to something brand new and really kind of listen to it critically, but also as a fan, was a challenge. And it actually turned out to be one of our biggest episodes.
Yeah.
Week after week. Yeah, a lot of people were picking up on it. And I was actually... I was asking every week. I was saying to Eric, I said, "How are people finding this episode?" I really wasn't understanding how people were finding this random episode about Lord Huron.
Yeah.
And again, we got some great feedback about that as well. So, Christy says Hell Freezes Over is associated with her fondest memories of retail and Christmas season at Suncoast Motion Picture. Mm-hmm. Tim, happy anniversary! We made it 1 year. Thank you so much, Timmy. Appreciate all the support from everybody, but this is our literal 1 year anniversary. So thank you everybody for joining us. We can't tell you how much it means to us. Kind of started this on a wing and a prayer. Scotch tape and baling wire. Kind of put the theory together. Learned on the fly about podcasting, about distributing and social media and all that kind of stuff. we are grateful and humbled and absolutely humbled by it. It's kind of everything I imagined it would be as far as like the community that we have and the community that we're growing, and everybody that's here is a part of that community and really a part of the building blocks of the podcast, really. The early adopters, the ones that were listening to every episode and kind of really giving us the motivation to keep rolling and to keep going through it. Really means a lot to us, and it continues. And then that kind of snowballed into let's make a Facebook page, right? So we made a Facebook page where we would kind of just post stuff and kind of getting to know that, and doing that for a while, and posting on Instagram, and just kind of have a Twitter account and post there.
And heaven forbid I didn't post anything for the day. Dean would be right on my ass about it. Like, what are you doing? You got to get something out there. You got to get content out there.
6 a.m. How come you're not posting?
I had to get up 5:36. I'm up
to beat me. Text Eric. You know whose birthday it is today? It's George Takei's birthday. Now get out there and celebrate it.
Yeah.
So we really started to embrace all those different aspects of social media, and then we decided to make a group, which really was the where it all came together, was getting everybody to a place not where we would just post about birthdays and stuff, but to get people to share their experiences. And Christy says it best. Oh my, was it really. Was just a great thing of putting the group together and getting people to share, and so we could learn and we could see what other people liked and comment and enjoy, because I enjoy that. I don't just enjoy talking about music. I enjoy reading about it and finding out what other people like and what other people are interested in.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. And I didn't see you come up, so welcome. I didn't know you were here. But, love the group. Kelly loves the group.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And then
really fine people on there.
And then there's so we did a couple of episodes, like we said. We've got one cursed episode that we are afraid, or at least I am. Eric wants to do it, but I'm afraid.
I want to, because it came out so great. We did it, and we didn't realize that it happened twice.
It happened twice.
And
so
I think literally quite at the right moment, right? I mean, the same moment.
Pretty close.
Like halfway through.
So we decided that we were going to tackle Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
So Eric was really, I mean, of course, I love Pulp Fiction, but Eric was really like jazz, like, yeah, we're going to do Pulp Fiction.
Oh, man, it was so good.
We watched it, and what we do is we watch it, like the weekend before or whatever, watch it a couple times, get it ready. So we go ahead and we record it, and the recording, like halfway through, just literally stopped. Like
and we didn't know
like the connection got lost or whatever happened to it. It went, we just lost it.
And we had no idea that it wasn't recording. But when Dean went to edit it, and it was like,
there's nothing there. It's like half gone. There's nothing there.
I'm like, oh man. So what we thought with the second, let's try it again next week.
Which we never do, right? We were like,
right.
Because there's a lot of spontaneity. Everything we do is a little behind the scenes. If you don't know, we don't. Eric and I don't communicate about episodes.
Right. We know.
Okay. Very little, unless if ever. So basically, what we do is one of us will choose the topic, or I'll send Eric a list, and he'll say, "Yeah, I want to do this one." We decide on the date, but we don't talk about it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So there's no like, oh, I'm going to say this to you, or I'm going to do this, and Eric has his own points and things he wants to bring up, and I have my own. Yeah. This way, the conversation is genuine. Yeah. And it takes him by surprise. I've gotten caught him by surprise. He's caught me by surprise, and that's half the fun is the spontaneity.
That's right.
So we did Pulp Fiction. It didn't come out, and Eric's like, we'll do it. Let's do it again. And I'm like, we probably should. Like, we probably should do it again. We should probably take another shot at it.
Did we do it all over again, or did we stop?
Yes. We started from the beginning.
Yes. Okay.
We redid it from the beginning, but very much the same. We kind of kept it in. And the same thing happened. Yeah. It cut out. It did not complete the recording. Actually, it cut out halfway through. And I said, I'm done. I said, Eric, we cannot.
Because it hasn't happened to any other episode.
No, it's never happened before or since. And I said, we need to walk away from this episode. We need to not do Pulp Fiction. I said we could do Reservoir Dogs, Jackie Brown.
Right. Of all things, too. It's like, we did a Halloween thing where we had our top. Horror horror icons and stuff, you would think that, The Exorcist would be the movie that
would Fright Night
or cursed, but no, Pulp Fiction, yeah. So that was
crazy,
a
crazy,
shame because I think that was probably the finest movie episode that you and I alone did.
Yeah. It could have been.
We were really going there. We had some really good points and so
it's gone. It's in the vaults. I don't think we can release a half an episode. I certainly could, but it wouldn't be much fun.
We might revisit it someday.
There you go. Do you have a trivia question? Let's roll out some more trivia.
I do.
Let's keep that going. What do you have from one of your favorite episodes?
All right, this is very specific.
It's not Pulp Fiction.
So from our Dark Side of the Moon episode.
Oh, Pink Floyd.
What's Dean's favorite track from the album? Is it A, Money?
What is my favorite track?
I know what your favorite track is. Is it A, Money, B, Us and Them, or C, Brain Damage? Dean's favorite track from Dark Side of the Moon.
What is it? What is my favorite track?
What's your favorite track?
What were the choices again?
Okay, it was A, Money, B, Us and Them, or C, Brain Damage. Take a guess, guys. I mean, if you listen to the episode, it was revealed in the episode, but if you haven't, just take a wild guess.
Take a shot.
Take a shot.
And I was going to say, anybody that knows me might guess Brain Damage.
Anybody knows?
Anybody that knows me might say Brain Damage. This guy's something wrong with this guy.
I was just about to say, if you know Dean well, judging from those choices, what would it be? Yeah, but
so we've got what do we have? We have Brain Damage.
We have Money, Us and Them, or Brain Damage.
So you hid this uncomfortable piece of podcast up your ass for 2 years. That's from Christopher Walken in Pulp Fiction, Captain Coons. We've got Money. Look at that. He's using the keyboard the right way. We've got Us and Them. We've got Brain Damage. We've got Us and Them. We've got Brain Damage. So we've got one Money, 3 Brain Damage, and 2 Us and Them. Anybody else want to jump in on that? Anybody else? Jump in.
No?
Definitely
takers?
Brain Damage, but it's Us and Them. And the answer is, I cannot retain information.
And Mr. Costello, you are correct. It is Us and Them.
Us and Them was my favorite track from that album, from Dark Side of the Moon.
Yep.
Very mellow and just...
You went on and on and on about that song.
Trippy. Yep. We tend to gush on our episodes. When we really latch onto something, we go to town on it, for better or for worse. Okay, I'm gonna roll out another one. I'm gonna do a movie question. I only have one. I have one movie that I picked, and this is gonna be actually 2, but we're gonna do one here. I've got this is a Breakfast Club question. Okay, multiple choice. Here it comes. Which Breakfast Club cast member went undercover at a local high school and convinced teenagers they were a legitimate student while the film was shooting? Was it Molly Ringwald, Judd Nelson, Emilio Estevez, Anthony Michael Hall, or Ali Sheedy? Which Breakfast Club cast member went undercover at a local high school while the film was shooting and convinced teenagers they were a legitimate student?
That's great. Yeah, that's a great one.
Anthony Michael Hall. Weird Science. Woo. That's for Jonah Weingarten on our top 5 alternative hits of the 80s episode. He loved Weird Science. We got Molly Ringwald coming in also as Claire. We've got 2 for Anthony Michael Hall. We've got a Judd Nelson here as well. What else we got? We've got two for Anthony Michael Hall, 1 Judd Nelson, 1 Molly Ringwald. So we also have Emilio Estevez not represented, Ali Sheedy. Kelly's going to go with Anthony Michael Hall as well. Mark is going to go with Molly Ringwald. So it's 2 for Molly, a bunch of Anthony Michael Halls, 1 Judd Nelson, and 2 Judd Nelson, 0 for Ali Sheedy, who probably would have fit in easiest with her. And there's an Emilio Estevez.
I don't know the answer, and that would be my pick, Ali Sheedy. So that would be...
Second would be Ali Sheedy. Anybody else? I'll give you another moment or two. Which Breakfast Club cast member went undercover at a local high school and convinced teenagers that they were a legitimate student while the film was shooting? That's what you call method acting.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right? Is kind of going, that's kind of actually ballsy to go and, well, back then you could get away. You can't show up at a school now. You cannot do that.
Can you imagine?
The place would go into lockdown. They'd be like, forget it. The answer is the Breakfast Club cast member that went undercover at a local high school and convinced teenagers they were a legitimate student was John Bender. Judd Nelson.
Wow.
Judd Nelson, and he's probably the oldest cast member. He was almost 30.
Right.
And he went to the local high school, really played it up, just showed up, convinced everybody that, and was hanging out with them. And I think he got a ride one day from the school, and they took him to a hotel because that's where he was staying. And he made up some story about his dad and that he was on, like, kind of staying away from his dad or something and staying at this motel. Crazy thing.
Yeah, it is crazy. Wow.
There you go. Christy got it, and so did Dwight.
Of course, Dwight.
Guess Judd Nelson as well. So well done on that.
Dwight's giving you a run for your money, bud. He might topple you in the trivia.
That's why he's a moderator. He's not an expert. He's a moderator. He moderates the conversation and makes sure that I'm staying on the straight and narrow as well. That's the important part, is that I'm giving out correct information. So yeah. So there is an episode that we are still. That's because he smoked weed with them, of course, probably. Didn't Kevin Bacon do the same thing for Footloose? Good question. That would be something to research.
He might have.
Did he go?
He might have.
Great song, Don't You Forget About Me. I saw that movie, I don't know, probably at least, at minimum, I think 3 times.
You and I saw it like 3 times. We kept going back.
Minimum of 3 times that movie was just really impactful at the time.
Yeah, what do you want to do? Oh, let's go see Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. Beverly Hills Cop, Breakfast Club. It's like, Masters of the Universe. Let's go see it.
Space Pirates, right? Or whatever it was.
Ice Pirates with Robert Urich.
Yeah,
it's with Dan Tanna. We actually guested on another podcast.
Yeah.
When was that? Was it November?
Something like that. Yeah.
We guested. What, did we share popcorn? Well, we shared popcorn. Did you ever see the movie Diner with Mickey Rourke?
No, we did not. That's the bourbon talking right there. Let's not go there.
Oh God! If you saw the movie Diner, you'll get the reference, and we'll just leave it there. But back in November we guested on it's called the Jacked Up Review Show.
Yeah. And
we were invited by the host. His name is Cam, and he said, "Hey, he sent me a list of subjects, and he said, hey, you guys want to be on the podcast? Here's a list. We'd love to have you." So ran over a couple with Eric.
Quite an extensive list at that.
Extensive list.
TV galore.
Everything. Yeah. The guy talks about everything and anything. We want to talk about a fountain of knowledge. I don't know how this guy knows all this stuff, because he goes into movies and producers and writers and soundtracks and all crazy stuff. Anyway, we landed on Deadwood. Yeah. We wanted to talk about Deadwood because that was one of the options, and I absolutely love Deadwood. Eric loves Deadwood. We did the episode. We're a little nervous because we had never guested on someone else's episode, so it's hard to kind of know what to expect. And there was actually another guest with us that we didn't know. We're still waiting for that episode to come out. He actually said,
right.
he said in November. He said it'll be out in April, and I thought he was joking. I don't think he's joking. I think it won't come out until April, because this guy is so prolific. He records so many episodes.
Yeah, and
that he has such a backlog.
Several during the week.
He puts out like 3 and 4 episodes a week. Oh, you want to talk about grinding? He really gets it done. But it's called the Jacked Up Review Show, and he does soup to nuts. So if you want to hear stuff about movies, absolutely check him out. Eventually, our weird. And it was weird. It came out quite weird, the episode. I want to listen to it because I don't remember much about it from.
I know it was an interesting experience because Dean and I came. We're trying to get all like loaded for bear. We're like, got our facts and everything, and it was so relaxed and so loose, and it was just, and we just didn't expect that, because we're used to the format and having getting it moving and that kind of thing, and it just the conversation just very chill, just drifted off, and
it was deadwood and chill.
The other person that was on with us, she's a historian, I believe, and she was a really big fan of like the Old West. So she was going on about like the actual history of this town and and that kind of thing. So
so it'll be an interesting listen. So once it comes out, we will certainly promote it, so you can absolutely check it out and see what you thought of it as well. I'm looking forward to it. He did send us a list.
Yeah.
This guy literally has his whole year planned out. He sent me a list in the beginning of the year. He goes, "What other episodes would you like to do?" And he's got the whole year planned out, and he does like 3 and 4 episodes a week, and he's got it that far out, and it's like kind of pick. And I think we picked something in July. Mm-hmm. So I will probably have forgotten about it, and he's probably going to reach out and say, "Hey, by the way, you guys are going to be doing whatever it was." But anyway, Eric, do you have another trivia question?
I do, and this one's a movie. This one is from another one of my favorite episodes, and from
which episode?
From the Goodfellas episode.
Goodfellas. That was our first big round table discussion.
Yeah,
we really decided to kick it up. We had Sean Grady with us, who made his second appearance. We had Nick Leshy, who made his second appearance with us, because he had done our Batman Begins episode. Mm-hmm. And then we had Christy Cuomo with us as well, making her second appearance because she had helped out on the Top 5 Alternative Hits of the 90s episode, which is right now on track to be our most downloaded episode ever. Nothing against our episode. I just don't know why people really are gravitating towards it, but it has surpassed all of the heavy hitters on our list, and it is going to be the first one to hit a milestone download. So so we had a lot of great hosts with us that helped out, and we had such good fun with that episode. It was really a lot of fun. If you want to have a good time and listen to what it sounds like to people just chatting and having a good time and hooting and hollering about a movie, check out the Goodfellas episode. Absolutely. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so one of the things that we duh.
Like, yeah, of course it's going to be,
one of the things we had a lot of fun talking about was the food in the film. And if you watch this movie and you're not like completely starving after watching it, or going into the kitchen and making something to while it's on, it's you would be hard pressed not to do that. But so my question is, the character of Paulie. Okay, what seems to be Paulie's favorite food, as it appears? Because there's 3 different scenes. There's 3 distinct scenes with Paulie, and he's eating the same thing. So what is it? Is it A, sausage, B, pasta, or C, cold cuts? The spread of cold cuts. I mean, is it A, sausage, B, pasta, or C, cold cuts?
Or is it garlic sliced really thin with a razor?
I think the garlic is in everything that he eats, including the cold cuts. So
garlic is the Italian. That's like what rice is. It's a staple food for the Italians is garlic. So
So Paulie, they play Paul Sorvino. He's in 3 distinct scenes. He seems to be eating the same food. And it's sort of a reoccurring thing in the film. I think it might be more, if I'm not mistaken. But the choices, again, were sausage, pasta, or cold cuts. We got to laugh out loud. We got just Timmy Costello to
sitting this one out because I guess you talked about it. You got the inside info.
Because I made spaghetti tonight before we did this, so I was inspired by that. So.
Garlic sliced too thin in hot oil will burn. Dish ruined, right? Yeah, we had a lot of fun talking about that scene and talking about the food in general.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, the answer may also lie with Joe Pesci's character.
Not really.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you when we're done. All right, get your answers in. What was the choices
again were sausage, Pasta or cold cuts?
Sausage, pasta, or cold cuts? What was Paul Sorvino's dish of choice?
Sausage.
Sausage.
Very distinct. There are 3 separate scenes in the film. The beginning of the film where they're sitting in the backyard and they're cooking out and he's eating the sandwich. He's eating a sausage and pepper sandwich. Then there's a scene where Henry comes home from prison. He goes, let's go to Uncle Paulie's. So you see his wife bringing out a big platter of sausage and pepper. Right? And then
there we go. Zach got it.
And then what's he cooking when Henry confronts him at the after he betrayed him? He's cooking sausage in the frying pan.
Yep. So here's where Joe Pesci's character comes in. Then Joe Pesci gave everybody the answer if you paid attention. When they went to go dig up Billy Batts, and they were all and Henry was choking, and he's like, "Oh, you want a wing? You want this?" And Joe Pesci's character said, "Oh, come to my mother. She's making fresh peppers and sausage."
Yeah.
To get him sick. See? So there it is. There it is. The answer was there.
Reoccurring. Yeah.
The answer was there. She's making some fresh peppers and sausage.
So there it is.
You want the wing? You want the leg?
Oh, it's so bad.
Okay. Let me give. Okay. I got another question. I'm torn because we're running out of time. I got 2 good questions. Okay. And they're from 2 of my favorite episodes as well. Let's do this. We're going to do Van Halen. This is a Van Halen trivia question. Okay. This was one of my favorite episodes, and I said it to Eric right after we did it. I said, when we did the Van Halen episode, I felt that we turned a corner. Kind of felt like that was a conversation. Mm-hmm. In the beginning, we used to go track by track and talk about every song and that kind of stuff, which is great, and I love doing that. Yeah. But when we did the Van Halen episode, it kind of evolved into a larger conversation. We started talking a little bit more about the band before and after, and really started covering it. And I really enjoyed that. For me, that was like that. I felt like when we did Van Halen, that kind of kicked in. So here comes the Van Halen trivia question. In 1983, hang on a second. In 1983, Van Halen entered the Guinness Book of World Records for their performance at the US Festival. Why? Here's your choices. Was it because they had the loudest concert? Was it because they had the longest guitar solo? Was it because they were the highest paid for one appearance? Was it because there was the largest audience in attendance? Or was it because it was the longest concert on record at the time? So in 1983, Van Halen entered the Guinness Book of World Records for their performance at the US Festival. Why? Loudest concert, longest guitar solo, highest paid, largest audience, or longest concert? Which one?
I don't think that wouldn't be loud. I don't think it would be loudest because I think another band held that record.
Well, this is 83, so we've got some answers coming in. Get your answer in. We've got was it because it was the loudest at the US Festival? Was it because it was the longest guitar solo? Was it because they're highest paid? Was it the largest audience, or was it the longest concert? Got some interesting, let's see, we've got highest paid, we've got longest guitar solo, we've got loudest, we've got one of each coming in. We've got longest guitar solo, longest concert, or longest guitar solo, Sean? Which one? You can't just put longest when there's 2.
Ooh, he told you, Sean.
We got historical drama. Kelly also has longest solo as well. Dwight has highest paid. Timmy has largest audience. So I think we've got one of each, yeah. At least minimum one of each. Yeah. One of each selection. Sean is saying the longest concert. So we'll run it one more time. In 1983, Van Halen entered the Guinness Book of World Records for their performance at the US Festival. Why? Was it the brown M&Ms in the rider? Do you know why they did that? That's a famous Van Halen story about why, they had a thing with no brown M&Ms in their contract, right, in their rider. So backstage, they had a bowl of M&Ms with no brown ones. The reason why they did that is because if they went backstage and they saw that the bowl of M&Ms did not have brown, that they had brown in them, that means they probably didn't read the whole contract. right? So they did that to make sure that every line in their contract was read, not because they hated brown M&Ms, but they just put that in to make sure that everything, that whoever the promoter was or whoever it was reading every line in that contract. And if they saw brown M&Ms in the bowl, they had a pretty sneaking suspicion that the rest of the contract probably was not read properly. There, see, look, John DeGoog, same thing, to make sure people read the rider. Exact reason why.
Wow.
And Chrissy's saying, don't be mean to Sean. Too late.
Well,
so
you do know a lot of useless trivia, don't you?
No. Well, you call it useless? They call it entertainment.
Well, there you go.
So here we go. In 1983, Van Halen entered the Guinness Book of World Records because they were the highest paid. They got paid $1.5 million for one appearance because they were the headliner. They played the show. They got paid $1.5 million just for one appearance at the concert.
Wow, that's great.
Justification to trash the joint. Yeah, we're no brown M&Ms. What the hell?
That's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. In the Guinness Book of World Records. So we're starting to close out. We are going to be giving away. We'll give away one of each, I guess. That'll be good because we are going to be having a live meetup. So I would appreciate if everybody would come to our live meetup. That's happening in March. Tentatively March 25th or 26th. That's a Friday or a Saturday. We are securing the venue. It will be in Westchester County, New York. So come and meet us. Come. Eric is going to fly up in his Avengers jet, the Quinjet. He's going to grab it and come and park in Memorial Park. He'll fly it down there. What's that?
I got my Mandalorian.
That's it.
Beskar armor with my jetpack. I'll come up with that.
Okay. Or the Razor's crest.
There you go.
So we're going to give away one of our brand new. Look at this thing. Look how shiny it is. I just really love how this came out. This is one of our newest mugs, 3324 Podcast with our new logo. We're going to give one of these away. You know what we'll do? We'll do a little package. We'll do a mug and a mouse pad. So we'll give away two prizes. We'll do a mug and a mouse pad. That'll be one gift. And then our new limited edition, there's only a limited run of these hats. This is our 1 year anniversary 3324 Podcast established 2021 hat. We will have these at the meetup. So if you don't win one tonight, don't fret. You will have an opportunity to get one there. So if you come to our meetup, our live one, it'll be there. So we'll give away one hat and then we'll do a mug and mouse pad combo. And Grogu will Uber Eric in on his Naboo Starfighter and drop him off.
There you go. Yeah, that's it.
There you go. A little inside baseball. Do you have another question, Eric? We'll close out with some trivia and then we'll let everybody go.
I do.
I've got one more I'm going to do too. Go ahead.
Okay. This was actually I guess before the 90s took it, I guess the face value was for the longest time. Our Phil Collins episode was our most downloaded for quite a while, right? I mean,
it was number one since the jump.
Yeah.
Since it was released.
There's a song that he wrote. It was the very first song that in his batch of songs that he wrote for this album. It did not appear on the record, but it did appear on the 1980 album by Genesis, Duke. Was it A, In the Air Tonight, B, Please Don't Ask, or C, Hand in Hand? Again, it did not appear on Face Value, but it was one of the very first songs that was written in his solo thing that he was working on for the album, but it did not appear on the album. Genesis decided to use it on their Duke album in 1980. And Face Value came out in 1981. So was it In the Air Tonight, Please Don't Ask, or Hand in Hand? Answers in the chat.
Dun, dun, dun. So this song did not appear on Face Value.
It did not appear on the album.
Crickets.
In the Air Tonight, Please Don't Ask, or Hand in Hand?
We've got a Hand in Hand. Mm-hmm. We've got an In the Air Tonight. Ray Fry coming in at the last second, swooping in with Easy Lover.
Easy Lover.
And Sean Grady is making a statement. He's saying, please don't ask.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put Ray into the Wheel of Names. He is always eligible.
Did not appear on Face
Kelly,
Value?
That's not a song title. I've never heard of
idea.
that. Literally, please don't ask. I don't know.
But they did put it on the Genesis album in 1980. Duke.
Beth has Please Don't Ask as well. Dwight is saying Behind the Lines. So everyone's going off the reservation a little bit on this one. Getting a little punchy with Phil Collins. Punch him while he's sitting in his chair.
Interesting. So are we done?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll give it another second. Just run those choices one more time. No?
That's it.
Run the choices one more time? No?
Okay, one In the Air Tonight, Please Don't Ask, or Hand in Hand. Sorry. Which one did not appear on Face Value?
Dun, dun, dun. And the winner is...
The title is Please Don't Ask. It was very first
song. There it is. She got it.
Yep. And Dwight, you said Behind the Lines. That song was actually on both Duke and Face Value. He did his own rendition of Behind the Lines. But yeah, there it is.
Please Don't Ask.
Please Don't Ask.
Cool. All right, we've got one more. I've got one more trivia question, then we'll tie everything up. We're going a little late, but it's our birthday. So why not? You get to stay. Don't you get to stay up late on your birthday? And don't you get to have special things on your birthday?
I don't know why you're looking to pack it in already. I mean, come on, we're having fun here.
I got to get to this. I got to get to our cake. I mean, we've got cake here. This has been sitting here and I haven't touched it. So anybody that knows me is kind of like
just go ahead and take a bite, will you?
It's my party. It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to. Oh goodness! So this is I've got another one of my favorite music episodes. Also, was our Queen episode.
Yeah.
We really kind of enjoyed doing that one. It was one of our favorite albums. We tried to hold back. It took some discipline to not just do everything that we really wanted to do from the beginning. It was like, and I have a list. I've got a spreadsheet with all just rattling stuff off and writing stuff down. But you don't want to just do everything at once. We want to, not that we don't like the other stuff that we do, but we want to kind of really spread out the stuff that we really connect to.
Right.
And Queen was kind of one that we were waiting for, and we got to do. It was one of my favorite episodes as well. So this is a Queen related trivia question. I think it's a really fun one too. So here we go. What Rock and Roll Hall of Fame group approached the drummer Roger Taylor to join them while he was in Queen? Was it Genesis? Was it The Who? Was it Led Zeppelin? Or was it the Rolling Stones? Which Rock and Roll Hall of Fame group approached drummer Roger Taylor to join them while he was in his early days of Queen? And he decided to stay with Queen. Was it the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, The Who, or Genesis? I'll take that brownie.
In Mass the other day.
We've got a Rolling Stones. The EHO. That's The Who. We've got a lot for The Who. We've got The Who. We've got The Who. We've got The Who. We got The Who. We got we've got one Rolling Stones, one Zeppelin, a whole lot of Who. Got a whole lot of Who. There we go. We'll give a couple of shots. We've got a Genesis checking in as well. I don't know. Phil Collins was like the man. I mean, we'll have to see. Anybody else want to jump in on this? If you're just joining us, thank you. It's our first birthday, so we're staying up late because that's what you do when it's your birthday. You get to do what you want, and that's what we're doing today. Is we're celebrating with no one that we'd rather celebrate than with you. Honestly, we love doing the live shows as well. That was another aspect of our podcast strategy too, was to connect regularly with everybody and have that community where your voice can be heard and we can have a lot of fun. And Horton heard one of those once. The Who. The Who in Whoville.
All right.
Last couple seconds. Which Rock and Roll Hall of Fame group approached Queen drummer Roger Taylor to join them while he was in Queen? Was it Genesis, The Who, Led Zeppelin, or Rolling Stones? The answer is Genesis. Before Phil Collins joined, when they were between drummers, Peter Gabriel approached Roger Taylor and said, hey, why don't you kind of come with us? Roger Taylor spoke to another couple of other people And I think they were pushing him towards that way as well. And he said, you know what, I'm going to stay with this Queen thing. You know what, he wouldn't have gone wrong either way. Although I don't think Genesis wouldn't have been what it was, and Queen wouldn't have been what it was without Roger Taylor as well. Right. You know, he was the match for Queen. He was, you know, he provided the vocal support, and he's got a specific style of drumming too. Somewhat, I don't know if we'd say same as Phil Collins, but he could match with him, I think, in Genesis. He would have, you know, and Roger Taylor said in interviews, he goes, Genesis was just a little too prog for him, you know, because Queen had some of those prog trappings, you know, but it was just a little too prog.
Yeah.
Another one bites the dust.
I'll see myself out.
There you go. Yeah. Do you have any more questions, or is that all you got?
I think I got one more.
You got one more? Okay, let's do that.
And this is from the Pet Sounds episode. Okay, and I am going to...
This is for what episode?
The Pet Sounds episode.
Okay.
Okay, this is another one of those very specific. And it is, what's the song that I most identify with from the album? It's one of those things, if you listen to the episode, you would know.
Uh-oh.
But if you haven't, I'll give you some choices. You
there we
can
go.
Take a guess. So, okay, so is it A, Wouldn't It Be Nice? B, Sloop John B, or C, I Just Wasn't Made for These Times? What song that I myself most identify with? I think I revealed it in the episode itself. Is it A, Wouldn't It Be Nice, Sloop John B, or I Just Wasn't Made for These Times?
Which one?
Which one?
Wouldn't It Be Nice? Wouldn't it be nice if we knew the answer? So we're going to wait for it, though. And as we wait for it, we've got more great episodes coming in the coming year. If there's something you want us to do, you know what? Hit us up on social media. You know, by all means, throw some ideas out there. And if you feel like you want to jump in and guest and join us on a podcast, we'd love to have you as well. By all means, you know, it's easy to do. All you need is a computer and a headset, and you're good to go. And your love of music or movies. And we would love to talk to you about that. And,
right, absolutely.
And if it's something we've never listened to, that's great too. Metal.
Which is something we did Van Halen, we did Zeppelin, we did you did Nirvana, but yeah, I'd love to do Metallica at some point, or sure, Iron Maiden,
the
Sabbath.
Cult.
Yeah, there you go.
The Cult. Billy Idol. He's not metal, but I want to do Billy Idol too. Yeah. Not Billie Eilish, Billy Idol. Wouldn't it be nice?
The question
just wasn't made for these times. And then we've got C also, just wasn't made for these times as well.
So it's the song that I myself most identify with from the album.
He himself.
Not necessarily my favorite song, but it's the song that I identify with. So Wouldn't It Be Nice, Sloop John B, or I Just Wasn't Made for These Times. And
the answer is
C. I Just Wasn't Made for These Times.
There it is.
There it is.
Bingo.
And Zach just got it right in there as I said it. He knows.
No, he was up there. I had it ready.
Okay.
He was the last one in with it. So well done.
Yeah.
Well done. I've got one more question too, and that's it. So we'll do one more trivia question. We'll let everybody go. We're going to have a proper trivia night as well. We're going to be working on that with scoring. You're going to need to keep your own score, but we'll do like photo trivia. Who is this? What scene is this from, or whatever? We're working on that. So that's going to be a fun night of just actual trivia, where you're going to be able to keep score, and we'll kind of do some prizes and stuff like that. But And then don't forget, we've got tomorrow. We've got new episode alert, red alert. Moving Pictures from Rush is coming out tomorrow. So check that out. We dip our toes into the prog rock arena, and one of the greatest albums by Rush. So definitely check that out. Share it with your friends. Sharing is caring, like the Care Bears say.
Indeed.
So make sure you're in line with the Care Bears. Okay, so Motley Crue. I had Dr. Feelgood as the only album I had by them, because it had a lot of good stuff on it. I think it wasn't Dr. Feelgood. Was Home Sweet Home on Dr. Feelgood? Can anybody help me out with that?
I
Can't remember.
So yeah.
Okay.
Anybody been watching Pam and Tommy
on Hulu?
Sad to say that we've been watching it.
Well, Sebastian Stan's a great actor, so
he is. They do a really good job, but it's such BS, though. I think I don't know, but
there's some stuff that's already been verified as fake, as things that didn't happen. There was
it goes in weird places. This thing. I mean, it's
Yes
crazy.
to P and T. Yes to Pam and Tommy. So you got Sean is watching as well. Okay, I've got a Goodfellas question as well. And this is going to close out our trivia for the night, and then we'll spin
the wheel.
The hat, and then we're going to do a mug and mouse pad combo as well. So everybody is eligible for that. Even Ray. So Ray, you're eligible too. So here's our final question of the night. Okay, what place did the line? Okay, so here's the line from Goodfellas. As far back as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a gangster. What place did that line land on the 100 greatest movie lines list by Premiere Magazine in 2007? Was it 5, 10, 15, or 20? What place did the line, as far back as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a gangster? Where did that line land on the 100 greatest movie lines list by Premiere Magazine in 2007? Dun 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 dun. We've got a 10. We've got a 10. We've got a 5. It is one of the great. It's one of the most iconic beginnings to a film too. Just with when Rags to Riches kicks in and like it's the frame stops on Ray Liotta's face and the music kicks in and the credits go zooming back and forth. I mean, God, I want to go watch it now. We're ending the stream. Good night, everybody. Take care. Going to watch Goodfellas. Bye. We've got a 5. We've got another 10. We've got a 20. There's a 20 there from Zach. I'll give you another moment or two. What place did the line, as far back as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a gangster? Where did that land on the 100 greatest movie lines list by Premiere Magazine in 2007? Give you another moment to jump in on that. And then we will close it out for tonight. Thank you to everybody that listened to our Star Wars roundtable discussion. That was a lot of fun.
It was. It was another good one. Yeah.
If you're not into Star Wars, you'll be happy to know that we're putting Star Wars on the shelf for a while. So we did our Mandalorian series, which was great, which is a lot of fun. I know we understand not everybody's into Star Wars, but we did we did Book of Boba Fett series.
See how we just completely forgot.
See how easy it is to forget about this. Forget about the star of the show. And that says it all right there. Everything you need to know about the Book of Boba Fett was in that slip. But we did a wonderful Star Wars episode again with Sean Grady and Nick Leshy. One of my favorite episodes of all time. Absolutely. If you're into that, check it out. If not, you'll be happy to know that we'll be retiring that for a while. We'll be doing some other content on Mondays. Now go get your Shine Box. Wasn't that the Mandalorian? It felt like it was. Yeah. I'm going to share with Sean and Eric and Nick. There's a really great video about the Book of Boba Fett. This guy roasts it. He absolutely roasts everything. Like Boba Fett's supposed to be 36 during the time of these happenings, and Tamora Morrison's like 61. That wasn't even close to like he really like goes nitpicky, kind of the stuff I would. Anyway, what place did the line, as far back as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a gangster, land on the 100 greatest movie lines list by Premiere Magazine in 2007? Only one person got it correct. This person seems to be on fire tonight. They're guessing a lot of these things correctly. Zach Kuber. It was 20. It was number 20 in the 100 greatest movie lines list by Premiere Magazine in 2007. Would have thought it would have been higher.
Yeah, I was going to say 10.
It's one of those, but you know, when you've got stuff like Fire from the Wrath of Khan, that's going to be better. That's going to be more than or Khan or Fire.
Yeah.
That's going to be more than that's going to be higher than 20.
Many. I mean, there's so many. I mean, Casablanca alone. I mean, just every line from that movie could be an entire
on the waterfront
list.
Could have been a contender. Yeah. So there's a lot there. Mm-hmm. So we're wrapping up our birthday celebration. Thank you so much for joining us to celebrate our 1-year anniversary already of the 3324 podcast. There's a lot more fun stuff to come. We've got some other things that we're working on as well. I neglected to mention, we had a great fundraiser during the holidays. So we did some good. Everybody that donated, much appreciated. We helped out families in need during the holidays. Which was a good thing, and hopefully everybody felt good that participated, or if you liked it or shared it. or even had a kind thought about it, it counts. Kelly, I knew it ended in 0. Well, you had a 50-50 shot. So we appreciate everybody that helped out with that. We also did something special during the holidays. We did the 3324 podcast Holiday Treasury, which was short stories, which was something a little different as well for the holidays. And we had some of our guests help out with that and select some holiday stories that they connected to, and we recorded them. I look forward to doing some more of that stuff as well, some pre-recorded content like that of short stories and stuff like that. The date for the meetup right now is tentatively March 25th or 26th. That's a Friday or a Saturday. It's going to be in Westchester County, more than likely. We're looking at double days in Dobbs Ferry. If not, I think, what's it called? JP Doyle's in Tarrytown, or Sleepy Hollow as it's called now. So it's going to be local there, and it'll be a chance to win some of this stuff or give it away if you don't win tonight. But for now, we're going to be giving away a mouse and mug set, and then we're going to be giving away one of the hats as well. So one person is going to get the hat, one person is going to get the mug and mouse pad set. Everybody is yay, the 35th of what?
The 35th?
I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, anyway, jeez. The 35th of March is when we're having our meetup. So
the
we're gonna,
Ides of March, right?
The
Kelly?
Ides of March.
She knows.
So let me share our screen.
That's what Sean typed.
Oh, he did?
What happened?
I don't see that.
Sean?
Yeah, I missed it. Anyway,
Okay.
let's share our screen. We're gonna get.
I don't know what happened there. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm the one that's drinking, and I'm the one that seems to be the most sober here. So here comes the Wheel of Names. Okay, we love the Wheel of Names in honor of Dwight. This is named after Dwight. The Wheel of Names, which is the Dwight Wheel. Every night is your night. So we're gonna go ahead and let's get this centered a little bit more. There we go. Make sure your name is on the list. Even if you dropped out and only stopped by to say hello, we appreciate it. You're still eligible. Historical is Sean, in case if you're wondering who historical is.
Hysterical should be.
he came in under. Oh, I got to put Tim in here too. Thank you. Thanks for typing a comment because I forgot about you. There you go. We'll change historical to Sean. And Wendy, yep, we got Wendy. She was first one in. So thank you, Wendy, for being the first one in. Is it called the D wheel, the Dwheel instead of the Dwight? Yeah, it could be called the D wheel, which is the Dwight wheel, in honor of him because he was the big winner. You know what? If you remember the first few live shows we had, Dwight was winning like every week or every other week. He was cleaning up.
Yep.
Like one after another, which is our pleasure to give out the prizes to. It doesn't make a difference. We don't care if you win twice in a row, 3 times in a row, whatever it is. We just appreciate the support. We appreciate everybody checking us out. We appreciate it's just a great feeling just to talk about movies with everybody. Dawn is on the list. Dawn Marie. She's there. So we're good to go. So we're going to be giving away the one of the 3324 podcasts. Beautiful. God, I love these mugs. I just love looking at them. They're so great. And then we've got the mouse pad, which is also going to go with that. And then we'll give away a hat. And then we'll have these prizes also as giveaways at our live meetup event. Again, we're working on the venue, but we're looking at March 25th or 26th, hopefully the 25th, so you could sleep late in on Sunday. So here we go. Eric, how many clicks? How many shuffles do we want to give this thing?
Let's go with 5.
5 shuffles.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. We're spinning for the mug and the mouse pad. Everybody's eligible. You will need to send your address to us via instant messenger to the 3324 podcast Facebook page. Zach is the winner of a mug and a mouse pad. Congratulations. This dude, you know what? He deserves it because he got a lot of the trivia questions right. He was en fuego. He was on fire tonight. He honestly was. He was getting a lot of them. So well done, Zach Cooper. You have won the mug and the mouse pad. If you don't have a laptop or you don't have a mouse pad, you can use it as a really large coaster as well. It's good. It's absorbent that way. If you drink like really big drinks, you can put it right on top of the mouse pad. It's multi-purpose. It works a lot.
There it is.
Okay.
You're welcome.
How many shuffles we want to give?
I don't know. You pick it this time.
You pick?
Yeah.
Let's do 4. I like even numbers. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've always been a stickler for even numbers. Things need to be even. Congrats from Ray. Okay, so this is for the 3324 podcast. This is a limited edition celebrating our 1-year anniversary, and it's 3324 podcast established 2021. So this will show your appreciation that you're a fan of the 3324 podcast. When people ask, say it's these 2 yahoos that just rabble on about music and movies and useless information, but it's fun to listen to, so you should check it out as well. That's what we would appreciate you to do. So here we go. We're giving away the hat. Here comes the spin. Who will it be? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Tim. Timmy. Well done, Tim. Congratulations. You have won the 3324 podcast hat. I'll either get it to you in person, or it's probably going to be quicker. Just text, hit us up on Facebook on the 3324 podcast page. Send me your address. We will get it out to you directly, and you can wear that hat with pride. So we appreciate that. Oh, gosh, that was so much fun. Love doing it. Love our live shows. They're so much fun.
Love the
We
swag.
have a great time.
Love the swag.
Any parting comments, Eric, as we let everybody go? We went pretty long. This is our longest show yet, I think.
Yeah. Well, everybody can go to bed now. No, well, guys, we really appreciate it. We've had a lot of fun this year. Take a bite of your cake, Dean. Go ahead. Take a bite of your cake. Yeah, it's been a blast, and we're just now we're in our 2nd year, so the content will just get better and better, and we're just going to keep rolling. And we hope you guys continue to listen. And there it is. So
yeah,
I'm a man of few words. So
and he's on a podcast out there.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Right. So, Dean has always had the flair for
the dramatic.
No, to be because he's had the experience, but it's well appreciated, and it's been so much fun. So
yeah, yep. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Anybody that can make the live one, even just come out for a drink or come out for a soda, whatever it is.
It'd be great to see some faces.
Yeah, we've all been through a lot. Not to get too deep into it. Past couple of years it's been rough. So we've waited. We wanted to do it in February. We wanted to wait for things to die down a little bit on that end. Just so we could do it safely, but still get it done. So we're looking at March. We're firming that up. There's going to be more details to come. We'll have a couple of live shows in between then as well. So we'll have all those details to come. But it would be great just to see everybody in person, just to talk about music, talk about movies, shake your hand, whatever it is, fist bump, elbow bump, whatever it is. We're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to bringing you a lot more content, and we're looking forward to interacting with you. Like I said, I love our group. I love the community that we have. It is so much fun. It really enhances and really makes it worthwhile. It was fun to begin with, but now it's really fun when we've got this great group online that share, and it's growing. More and more people are joining the group, and it's becoming everything I hoped that it would be. But from the people that were here at the beginning and the ones that come to the live shows every week, a very special thank you to you.
Yeah.
For coming each week, and we want to grow this more, and it's a slow roll. It's going to take time, but that's fine. We're here. We have a lot of fun. Hey, the fewer people come, the better chance you have to win a mug. Think of it that way. Odds are in your favor right now. They're in your favor. So get it while it's hot.
So this is much of a celebration for you guys, as just as much as it is for us. So yeah, thank you very much.
So awesome. Yep. Awesome. Much thanks to everybody. We're gonna have another. We'll have another live show. Let's see. We'll do it on March 9th. That's about 2 weeks from now, and that'll be Actually, we're gonna get. We'll get 2 shows in before the live show, so we'll have plenty of time to talk about that. We'll have all the firm destination figured out. Of course, it's going to be on the Facebook page. We're going to be having all kinds of promotions there. Invite people. It's going to be a very loose meetup. So there's no, you don't have to pay anything. You just come, get a couple of drinks or whatever, have some fun, stop in, say hi, say bye, whatever you want to do. No obligation, but we'd love to see you. It would be a lot of fun. So that's going to do it for this live birthday episode of the 3324 podcast. So we'll see you online tomorrow. We'll be posting. Eric, 5:30 in the morning. We'll be up. tomorrow is Kermit the Frog's birthday, so we will have a post about Kermit the Frog, absolutely, with hashtag Muppet and hashtag Jim Henson and hashtag hand up the rear end.
Wow. Go have a bite of your cupcake, Dean. No,
you think so?
Let's say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Happy birthday to us.
You've been listening to the 3324 podcast with Dean Legiro and Eric Kuber. You can find us on your favorite podcast provider, so please like, subscribe, and rate to become a part of the 3324 family. Your feedback is important, so make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at 3324 podcast and on Twitter at 3324p to join the conversation.